What is going on, everybody? So I have a fun one for you today. We are going to a customer's house who has a freshwater tank. Now, for those of you who watch my channel, you know usually I do saltwater aquariums. So I'm really actually kind of excited to switch it up a bit. So now, I don't know what I'm getting myself into. All I know is that Tommy the Tanknicians told me that it's a water box setup. It's a beautiful aquarium. We don't have pictures of it, but the owner expressed to us that he was a little uneasy, unsure about some of the advice he's been getting, and he feels like the tank is in need of some love. All right, so I'm gonna pack up the truck. I'll see you there.
All right, so here we are at the customer's tank, and the first thing that jumps out to me is the water's incredibly yellow. And it appears to be because there's some wood in this aquarium that possibly could be leaching tannins, giving it that yellowish tint. The aquarium itself is really pretty. This is a water box. I think the tank itself is really pretty. This has a lot of potential if done right. Now, there's some fake aquarium plants, which I do not like. They're just detritus traps. I much prefer real plants if you're gonna do plants, but I don't like fake aquarium plants. We have, as far as the life stocks, we have cichlids in here, which I admittedly don't know a ton about cichlids, just the base level knowledge of cichlids. But that's what the only fish that is in here. And then we have some rock, and it looks like a mix between real rock, like actual rock, and like plastic or fake rock. Huh. Interesting. So on the substrate here, I'm noticing there's these little plastic like jewel looking pieces here. So I'll have to figure out what that's about, but I definitely have my work cut out for me today. I have a lot of things that I think need to change in this aquarium in order for it to work better. But let's take a look at the filtration underneath. Wow, that sump is not looking good. That is a lot of gunk. That's almost like mud water down there. Wow, okay. One more thing I want to point out, look at the detritus. That's not sand, that's not gravel, that's just detritus, fish poop, fish waste, just broken down organics. Look how thick that is. And there's nothing getting that out of this tank, it's just sitting there. So I'm beginning the process of getting some of these little plastic bits out of here, removing some rock, and just gravel vacuuming and siphoning out as much of that detritus that's trapped in here as possible. Now, I definitely got my work cut out for me, but I'm just gonna suck out as much detritus as I possibly can. Let's remove the rock, let's stir up some stuff. This is a bare bottom, so it should be relatively easy to suck out this detritus, but I wanna get as much of this gunk out of this aquarium as I possibly can. This tank probably hasn't had a water change, and I don't even know when, but it's in desperate need of one, as you can see right here. Now, I've begun the process of removing those fake plants out of this aquarium. We are not going to put those back in. And just look at the detritus I stirred up. Look at all of the organics that are in this water column just because I took those plants out. So right now, I'm gravel vacuuming. I'm sucking out as much of that gunk as I possibly can, and I've removed rocks. I've removed all those little plastic bits of jewels out of here, and I've even gotten rid of the wood just because I think we should not put that in the aquarium. Got it in this bucket. I do not think we're gonna put that back in the aquarium. Everything that I'm taking out, I don't think I'm gonna put back in the aquarium. That wood, I just don't think is necessary for this tank right now. So I'm just gonna go ahead and keep siphoning as much gunk out as possible. You can just see the amount. I mean, I've already done 50%, close to 50% water change, and it's still so cloudy and dirty right now. Here's another look at just how nasty this water is. I mean, this looks just like muck, straight mud. I mean, I'm so happy we're here servicing this aquarium. This is so dissatisfying to me. Here are the filter socks. Now, these look like they haven't been changed in a bit, to say the least. So we're gonna go ahead and spray these out and clean them because it's been overdue. All right, so I sprayed one of them out, and I just wanted to show you the difference between the one I cleaned and then the one that is not clean. So I'm just gonna keep siphoning out as much of this gunk as possible. It seems like every time I lift up a rock, there's even more stuff, but I'm gonna take my time and make sure I get every bit out. All right, so I'm working on the sump right now, and as you can tell, it's nasty. So I'm gonna siphon out all the water out of here, and I'm gonna shop vac it after that, and I'm gonna give them some filter floss so that it'll help filter some of that gunk out easier. So I siphoned the whole sump down to bare bones here, and I shot vac as much of that gunk out as I possibly could. There's this marine pure blocks in here, like these biomedia stones, and I'm not a big fan of those. I would like to see those out of here, but I'm a little too nervous taking those out of here right now because I don't want to throw off the biological filtration in this tank right now. So I'm going to leave them some extra filter floss to help them polish the water even better. Also, I'm taking out each little bit of their media here, and I'm going to spray it out. This probably has not been done in a while, so I'm going to go ahead and just run this whole thing clean and start brand new here. And just having the filter floss in there for like the 5 minutes, you can already see how well it's working, getting this detritus out of here. So it's a big win. All right, guys. I've done as much work as I possibly could in this tank today. This is where I'm leaving it. No doubt this tank will clear up. We did a massive water change on here. We can't do too much more because, like I said, I do not want to throw off the biological filtration in this tank and have a tank crash on us. We got to do this very slowly or we could endanger the fish pretty bad. So I have to leave it here.
All right, guys, so I'm back at the shop now. It's been a long day. We spent about 3 hours at that job getting all that sludge out and doing our best to make that tank look great. Now, we left it with being a little cloudy. I had no doubt that once that tank kind of ran for a bit and all that detritus went through the filter floss, that tank was going to clear up. And as a matter of fact, the owner just texted me a picture of what the tank looks like now. So I'm very happy with the results. Now, one thing I want to point out is that, look, the owner was getting a little bit frustrated. He was getting some bad advice, and he wants to do something more with this aquarium. He really wants it to thrive, and he really wants to look better. So I'm very happy that he reached out to us because he does care about the fish and he does care about the health of his aquarium. Now listen, guys, we've all started somewhere in this hobby. We've all had mistakes and we've all struggled with this hobby, and there's a lot of bad information out there. So if you want some advice on your tank and if you're struggling, don't worry about the judgment. Reach out to us on Instagram. We would love to help you with any issues that you might be having, and we'll do our best to get to each and every one of you guys. And if you comment on this video, I do my best to try to respond to all the comments here. And check out Tanknician's YouTube page. There's a lot of great information on there. Do not get frustrated. Do not judge other people. We all are trying to learn this hobby, and we're all in this hobby because we love it. All right, have a good one. Thank you.
Did you guys see that tank? That's crazy. From where it started to where it ended, man, Chris did such a good job. Where's Chris at? Chris did such a good job on that tank. Super happy with that. Tanknicians for the win. Let's go. This is why we are the most excellent aquarium in Lake Park. It's confirmed. We got the award. All right, see ya.